This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Well, they dropped that BMF documentary, and it's really just like a more in-depth look into BMF. The History Channel did like a good series on BMF like 10 years ago. This is kind of like that, but like more in depth. And, you know, it has more hip-hop artists and everything involved in it. Because the one on the History Channel had all like the key people on it too. People from BMF. But whenever I watch these BMF things, you're like, damn, these guys were really smart, but also so dumb at the same time. Like these guys were super smart. Like, they would have run a Fortune 500 business flawlessly. They had like distribution down. They could hide they were professionals at thinking everything through to like make sure they didn't get caught transporting. But where they failed was, first they had too many ledgers. And this is what brought the mafia down too. Like, you can run something so fine-tuned, oiled and everything, but like the documentation of it, especially with something that's illegal, you don't want to have documentation where the cops can find it. And this guy Doc right here was one of the guys that was hiding their money in like buildings, real estate, car rental businesses, different kinds of businesses. He got nabbed because he had like a home invasion because he kept a bunch of cash in his house, and it was known. And then that led them to like going to so they found something illegal in his house. I forget what it was. That led them to his office where there was ledgers for Terry and Demetrius. And then later, just a couple of key things. We're going to do this more in depth later. Like, this is always interesting once a year to like go through the BMF stuff, especially as the series is getting closer to dropping again. The way Big Meech like wanted to, like, the billboards and everything, they just put these big. They were just you knew it when Smack DVD was covering that kind of stuff. We never got to do that in the come up, but Smack would cover that stuff, and man, you would be like, these guys are spending a lot of money, man. Like, it's obvious they're not making money on music. That's what the FEDS said, or the police investigating. They were like, we knew Bleu Davinci was trash, and we knew he wasn't making money on music, and also the billboards and everything was just like, putting a middle finger to the policeman's face, and it made them want him more. And then the Club Chaos incident where Wolf got killed over a girl. Wolf, he should have just let Wolf handle the girl outside, not in the club, so he would take it outside, because it was Wolf's ex-girlfriend, and he didn't like her partying with Big Meech, even though, Big Meech and him were friends. But that situation ended in Wolf dying. And that's what brought a lot of heat on them because, even though Big Meech didn't do the shooting, Bull did, right? He got put on house arrest, and he got put in his brother's house, the White House. And eventually they got a search warrant for the White House because, he has an ankle monitor, right? And there's documents in there. There's ledgers of the drugs. It's like a blueprint. That's where the sloppiness came in. Think about it. These guys were like, they must have just gotten tired, bro. 20 years. Think about it. Big Meech was in Atlanta for like 15 years at that point. And they had been doing drug stuff for like 20 years at that point, maybe even longer. From Detroit to there. Maybe they just started getting sloppy, or maybe Big Meech was too focused on music and not focused enough on like watching his back. But it's amazing still. The guy still did something that nobody can do. Not many people can do. And they took risks. But it's interesting to see the story, man. But when you're doing something illegal, you're bound to mess up eventually, because like it's illegal, so they're gonna, just look what people in blue do, white collar crimes, right? Look at the thing that's happening with crypto exchanges. That's super criminal. That's worse than what Big Meech was doing. Big Meech wasn't even really being violent. It was people that they sold to that were violent, but Big Meech never used violence, and neither did his brother. They did everything with just good business. It's pretty crazy, bro. We're gonna do a little series on this for December. I love talking about this stuff and talking about different angles. But I'll check you guys later. Appreciate you guys. Peace.